might know me as the girl on YouTube who reads bad DCYA comics. It's kinda my thing. But what you don't know is there are other people out there actually reading these comics. And this one that we're reading today, I have been told, is one of the worst, if not the worst of them. No, God! You've seen the comics that I've read on this channel, right? How Low Can We Go? That is the game that we're playing with DCYA, and today we are reading This Land Is Our Land, a Blue Beetle story. Yes, that is supposed to be Blue Beetle, changed to look as generic as possible. Don't worry, he's got like a bug on the back of his shirt, so that's how you can tell that it's Blue Beetle. I've lived in El Paso my entire life. I was born here. So were my parents, and their parents too. Believe it or not, my family has been here since back when this place was still Mexico. Back when the Spanish owned it. But for as long as I can remember, I've always felt more comfortable staring into space. What's up, Dad? Calling it quits early tonight? All my auto parts come in from Mexico. Now that the border's closed, there's not a whole lot to do anymore. All your auto parts come from Mexico? What auto parts? Why aren't you getting auto parts from America? We manufacture auto parts. My dad literally worked at an assembly line for auto parts. Today marks 3 weeks since the president shut down the border between the United States and Mexico. The move effectively stopped both the flow of goods and migrants seeking asylum in the United States. Anti-immigrant activist Mike Beam praised the government's effort to deter immigrants from coming to the country. Let's discuss current events. What's on your minds today? How about the border invasion? I heard that if this border stuff goes on much longer, there won't be any real Americans left here. So how about a different perspective? Brenda, what's your take? Oh my god, that's a woman? What makes you think more migrants means fewer Americans? Sounds pretty racist to me. What? Let's put aside the fact that borders are man-made. Borders are man-made! Yeah, and your school is man-made, your notebooks are man-made, your clothes right there, man-made. You're living in a human society, everything is man-made. What kind of argument is that? Most of the migrants coming here have seen their homes and jobs destroyed by climate disasters? Huh? They're leaving Mexico because of climate disasters? We don't all just go flee to Canada whenever a tornado hits us. When you talk about real Americans, it makes people like me, who are indigenous, and a lot of our classmates who are Mexican American, feel like you see yourself as superior because you're white. Yeah, but aren't you also being biased against him because he's white? What about those racist flyers people have been throwing up around town? Is that one of your jokes too? What? You're blaming him for random racist flyers around town? All these jokes are why I'm organizing a march. That'll fix it, yeah. All problems are solved with a march, especially climate change. Jamie, what do you think? I just think it's important to respect each other's opinions. It's important to respect everyone's opinions? What the hell was that, Jamie? She's an insane person. Anyway, listen, your march next week? Remember that meteor I told you about? It looks like it's gained speed and is going to be over Texas the same day as the march. It's like an abusive relationship. I kinda want to do the thing that I care about instead of sacrificing everything I love to please you and your politics. Is that okay? You do this every time I organize anything political, Jamie. Oh my god, this is a trend? She's always doing this to him? You know politics aren't my thing. Forget it, I don't care anymore. Keep your head in the stars and enjoy respecting everyone's racist opinions. I don't know, man. We haven't hung out or talked since he moved back to town. Okay, so he was originally friends with white guy. I tried keeping in touch for a bit, but he stopped responding to my messages 2 or 3 years ago. It's been radio silence ever since. Maybe it's because you're, like, hanging out with a crazy activist who calls him racist openly in class. Hey, Riley. Long time no speak. Yeah, long time. We used to talk about astronomy all the time before you moved. Don't you remember? Think you got the wrong guy, Jamie. Slam. That night. Wait, you still haven't gotten your shipment? Hasn't it been weeks? The truck is sitting 5 miles away from here. It was in line at the checkpoint before they closed the border. I could literally drive over and pick up the other parts myself, but the shutdown makes it impossible. Then why don't you order it from another company? God forbid you support other American businesses like yours. Jamie doesn't seem to be worried about any of this. Huh? Let me guess, looking up star stuff? Yeah, listen to this. There's a star in the spiral arm of our galaxy that spins. And then they all look at him with such disrespect. Your dad is talking about the impact the border shutdown is having on his business, and all you can do is think about looking at stars? Well, you fucking asked! Wow, it really is spinning. Pretty special, right? It's beautiful. Maybe I was wrong about you and these stars after all, Jamie. All this bitch had to do was give him one chance and she completely changes her mind. Writing. Using this next time I debate someone at school. We need to make sure America stays American. Reposting a chart that says immigrant birth rate now officially higher than that of American citizens. First his comments in class, now he straight up sharing racist propaganda online? Are you sure he isn't just trying to be edgy? Why do you keep standing up for this guy, Jamie? I'm not standing up for him, we used to be friends. And I value friendship and stars. All of these things you seem to not care about at all, lady. I can't believe we used to hang out with him. I'm gonna do a deep dive on his socials tonight, see what I can turn up. What? We're gonna obsess with looking through his social media and bitching about the things that he posts and see if we can turn up some dirt on him. Like, yeah, no wonder he doesn't want to be friends with you guys anymore. You're terrible people. Jamie finds a squish something on the ground and he's like, what is this squish? Late at night while he's sleeping naked in bed. Boo crack! It's a blue beetle! It's crawling in his bed and stabs him in the back. Wait, you are here? Isn't that arrow just pointing to Africa? You are not there, actually. You're nowhere close to being there. Huh, Paco, what are you doing here? We gotta talk. You spent all night going through this guy's social media accounts. Right in the morning, wakes this guy up from his naked sleeping to tell him about it? This is unhinged. I stayed up all night creeping his social media accounts, cross-referenced them with other people he was talking to. I infiltrated some private chat servers. Anyway, I put together a bit of a timeline of Riley's online life over the past few years. It seems like the more isolated he became in his real life, the more time he spent posting online and ignoring the real world. But you stayed up all night going through his social media accounts while your friend was looking at cool stars and fucking beetle fossils. Who is ignoring the real world? At first, he mostly watched and shared videos about comics and games. Speaking of comics, guys, only a few days left to check out the Reaper comic series Kickstarter. This could be your last chance to back on Kickstarter because it is ending this week now, and afterwards the only place you'll be able to get it from is Fund My Comic. So if you want to back on Kickstarter, now is the time to do it. This is a dark fantasy adventure that I wrote and drew myself. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for more medieval fantasy content to consume, and if you just want to support me as a creator in general, I would highly appreciate it. So please check out the links in the description. Back to this. Oh no, we got bad guy with American hat and beard. The left tries to tell us that multiculturalism is the answer to all society's problems. Yet they criticize us for being men, for being white, for being straight. I mean, at the beginning of this comic, she literally does criticize him for being a white man, so The more videos he watched, the more the algorithms fed him similar content, each one more racist. Eventually, the comments section led to live streams, message boards, and now the private chat servers of a fraternity called Legion of Patriots. I'm 99% sure that this fraternity is actually a neo-Nazi group. My head is spinning, Paco. That's so retarded. They don't call themselves Nazis, but it's pretty clear. He has to know. This, to me, would read like some schizo way of trying to turn your current friend against your old friend that you don't like anymore. To spend an entire night going through someone's social media accounts to dig up dirt on them and then convince your other friends that they are a bad person or that they are a neo-Nazi? Insane behavior. He said and clearly believes horrible things about people like you and me and your parents. All of us. I already sent everything I found to Brenda. She wants to see us at the college, of course. Ever since she started taking those dual enrollment classes, she's been volunteering at this place called the Movement Research Center. They do a ton of research on hate groups. Oh, I'm sure that they have no ulterior motive there. This is Professor Gonzalez. He specializes in hate groups here at the center. The history of hate and racism in Texas obviously goes back a long time, first with the Spanish invasion and indigenous genocide. Lastly, we have a collection of research gathered by anti-racist groups in the area. These groups were awesome. They were a bunch of punk rockers who were tired of seeing these self-proclaimed Nazis at their local concerts. They spied on them, documented their movements, and figured out where they lived and worked.
I don't like where this is going.
This is based on the idea that they might be Nazis. They don't know for sure. They're just guessing. I find this whole entire section of the comic to be very manipulative, but also kind of interesting, because they say that you can be convinced that something that's not true is actually true if it comes from someone with some sort of authority. But they've created a character, a fictional character, who has this label of authority as though they've done all the research and they know all these things, and they're verifying everything that this crazy bitch believes is true. Brenda says they have a private chat server. What else do you know? Well, they rarely ever say anything that is obviously racist on public forums or social media. I just have a feeling that the people I don't like must be evil. They go on long, racist rants about immigrants, make sexist comments about women. One of them even made a "that's what she said" joke. What do they call themselves? The Legion of Patriots. I'm not familiar with them, and I'm familiar with literally every hate group, so I guess they're not a hate group since I'm supposed to know every single hate group. Alright, case closed, the comic is over. You okay, man? Yeah, I think I just need to go to the bathroom for a minute. And then the beetle thing is saying a lot of alien words, and it's like, my head. And then in the mirror, he sees Beetle Face, and then he throws up. Make America American again. Do your part and report illegal immigrants whenever and wherever you see them. I mean, if they're illegal, it doesn't say report immigrants, it specifically says report illegal immigrants, so... Look at what I just found on the bulletin board outside. Sound familiar? This is exactly like Riley's social media post. The center doesn't have any info on the Legion of Patriots, but we were able to cross-reference some of the usernames in the private chat server to other known white nationalist message boards. One person kept popping up over and over again, including in messages with Riley. Mike Bean. He's one of the most prominent anti-immigrant activists in the state, and a self-proclaimed white supremacist. I'm sorry, I'm really not feeling well. I think I need to go home. You just got back. Now you're bailing? Again? Just threw up in the bathroom, you bitch. Jamie, what's wrong? I think I have a headache. Everyone screams when they have a headache, right? I'm going to lie down and take a nap for a bit. Alright, now he's dreaming. Oh, the rotating star. Hello, Jamie Reyes. Ah, you look like a freak! Ew, aliens, am I right? I am but a humble ambassador for my people. Your people? We are known throughout the universe as the Reach. We are a benevolent people who seek out destabilized planets, civilizations going through times of great need. We offer our help. There's a lot of countries on planet Earth that could use help a lot more than the United States. Just being brutally honest, like, have you seen Africa? Nah. As you may already know, the Earth is dying. Climate disasters occur at an alarming rate. Not only do they cause ecological calamity, but these disasters increasingly cost your fellow humans their homes, forcing them to migrate to faraway lands. Well, it doesn't have to be super far away. It's not like the land becomes radioactive after it gets hit by a tornado. You just gotta rebuild on top of it. Instead of working together to save the planet, humans blame each other. Rather than welcome those forced to migrate, they unleash senseless hatred on them. You will be our man on the ground, as it were. With your help, we will open the eyes of humanity. We will bring peace. Do you recall the object you found yesterday? It's what you might call a scarab. It's from our home planet. We sent it to Earth to find you. The scarab will guide and help you do whatever is necessary to guarantee your planet's survival. Whatever is necessary, huh? You asked too many questions, Jamie Reyes. Well, sorry, am I taking up too much of your time, bug person who's in my dream? Do you have an appointment at 6? Just know that when the time is upon us, the scarab will tell you what to do. And it's your job to mindlessly follow what a bug on your back says. And he sees the beetle on his back. Oh my god, the dream. Alert, danger approaching. Ah, danger, danger. What the? Oh my god, you're gonna kill the wildlife. What happened to saving the planet? Threat approaching from above. Oh no. And now I'm gonna shoot this bird? What the fuck? We told you, Jamie Reyes, you now possess a special gift courtesy of the Reach. Where are you? Are you the ambassador I spoke to? No, my name is Kaji Da. I am the scarab. So the dream, it was real. The Reach does not anticipate a need for violence. You can rest easy. Why'd you give him guns then? There's no need for violence. Fuck that bird, am I right? Okay, so now he's going to pick up his dad's shipment container the next day. What do you mean you were busy? I sent you like 20 texts. Unhinged. Unhinged. Who sends 20 texts in one day to someone who is not responding to them? This guy's insane. I was helping my dad unload all the auto parts that just came at the garage. Yeah, no one knows how they got there, but they're there, so... Brendan and I keep tabs on Riley's messages on the private chat server all day. According to the messages, Riley is meeting with Mike Beam this afternoon. Brenda and I are planning to stake it out. What do you think that you're gonna gain from doing this? They're meeting at a public mall? What is going on? If they were going to meet up, wouldn't they be like meeting at like a studio or something? Like, isn't Mike Beam supposed to be like this famous talk show person? Or at least they're setting him up like he's some famous political commentator. Okay, so listen to this. Beam is testing Riley. He's asking him questions to see if his beliefs line up with the rest of the group's. What are the questions? He asked Riley what his racial composition is, and then they're tailing the car? Why? Why does the writer for this comic think that this is okay, that the main characters act like this? Shouldn't we call the cops or someone? If you think that they're kidnapping Riley, then sure, whatever, call the cops. But like, you're just following them because you're crazy people who are obsessed with this guy. Alright, and then they meet up with some other people in a house. And of course, Brenda has to go running to take pictures of their license plates. Thermal scanning identifies 16 men inside the dwelling. Potential threat level, extremely high. If that's extremely high, then what do nuclear weapons rank as? This is coming from a suit that fires guns out of its wrists and can fly. They think that 16 men is a threat level of extremely high. What is going on? There's someone taking pictures out here. Who goes there? We have guns and one bat. Freeze! Initiating defense sequence. No, no, no! Bazam! And oh my god, you just kill everybody? What have I done? I need to get out of here. That's it. I'm done with all this. I'm done with the powers, I'm done with you, and I'm done with the reach. I'm out. Jamie, wait, what is this? He shot a laser out of his arm. Why? And he was just talking to himself moments before you found him. Why are you hugging him like, ooh, huggies? Okay, so he explains everything to them, and they're like, yeah, I don't trust that bug. You need to use those powers against Beam and the rest of those legions of Patriots clowns. What? No way, absolutely not. Thought you actually cared and were worried about me. And then he gets, like, teleported into Bug World, I guess. And his friend is like running their license plates like a fucking weirdo. We arrive on your planet in just 5 days. Be prepared to act when called upon. 5 days? That's the same day as the meteor. And the protest. Are we still talking about the protest like it's important? If there is dissent among your fellow Earthlings, you will handle it. El Paso News. Immigrants attacked and Latino business ransacked overnight. I spent all night creating a database of all the assholes parked in front of Beam's house. The only person who sleeps in this comic is Jamie. Both of his friends are staying up all night, every night, just to obsess over this group. I leak the names and you hit Beam's house with your alien tech stuff. Brenda, I think Jamie's right about Riley. We don't know that he was involved. Oh, wow. All of a sudden you're taking Jamie's side in all this? You're the one who was trying to pit Jamie against Riley at the beginning of this comic. I swear, you two are so weak sometimes. Why are you friends with this woman? Breaking. El Paso News has obtained both exclusive video and a list of names identifying the alleged white supremacists involved in last night's anti-immigrant rampage. Son of a bitch, Brenda is doxing people on Twitter. That is actually something that they have the protagonists do in a DCYA comic. They are promoting doxing. It's bad enough that they make their political biases as transparent as possible, but then they're also promoting people to get involved in politics in the worst ways possible. Even if you want people to vote your way, you should not be promoting people to act this way. Jamie? Can I come in? If you're here to lecture me about leaking the names, save it. I kept Riley out of it and did what I thought was right. I'm just worried about your safety. Why should you be worried? All I did was ruin a bunch of people's lives using my real name on the internet. Surely that wouldn't get anyone upset. I wanted to draw attention to the protest this weekend. We need the entire city to turn out.
And the truth shall set you free!
Oh my god, you selfish bitch. I don't want to see you get warning. Unknown projectile coming. Crash. Oh no, it's a brick. And then he runs outside and they're like driving away and he sees Riley. Damn it, Riley. Next time it won't be a brick. Oh my god. Next time it'll be a giant dildo. I saw you outside Brenda's house last night. You gotta help me. Help me get out. They're going to attack Brenda's protest. The Legion of Patriots is staging a counter-protest during your march. Oh no! They're doing the same thing that you're doing? I want to be part of the change. I want out. These guys are really scary. Someone needs to do something about them. That night outside Beam's house, I didn't blow up that car on purpose. The truth is, these powers have a way of doing what they want and taking over. How'd you learn to control it? Same way you did. I opened my eyes to the damage I could cause, realized I had a responsibility to do better. You just had to kill a couple animals and then you were like, oh, I can kill things? I better do better. And now you can fully control the Blue Beetle suit? I gotta say, it's really petty for an alien race to care about a single protest and counter-protest. It doesn't make any sense. Almost there. I gotta warn you though, there's way more people than I expected, and they're armed to the teeth. He slams a crate in front of them to separate them. It's beautiful irony. He created a border. When I look at you, I see more than just white nationalists and neo-Nazis, or whatever you people call yourselves. I see human beings whose families came from somewhere else. Now, we can debate whether we should all be standing on this stolen land to begin with, but we're all here now. I know I'll probably never change your minds, but if even one of you realizes you should be standing with immigrants instead of fighting them, then I guess this is all worth it.
Kids, don't be racist.
So once again, the day is saved.
If you target migrants in my city again, I will stop you. What is that? Up there! Oh no, the Reach! They're here! And then he starts attacking the alien drones. The irony is so good!
The only good bug is a dead bug.
It's almost like not all immigration is good immigration. A good leader knows when the time is right to retreat. You may have succeeded in the short term, but be not confused. I will return. Sometimes living along a border can feel like Groundhog Day, like the cycle of hate and division will never end. But here in El Paso, I think that's starting to change. Check it out, a migrant in the desert. I just barely escaped from a militia, but I'm lost now. I have no idea which way is north. What the fuck are you talking about? You're recording yourself with a cell phone and live streaming it. Your cell phone has a GPS in it. It can tell you which way is north. I think we're better prepared to confront the true threats that lie ahead of us, wherever they come from. You mean the true threats of the comic is still aliens? Still migrants are the true threat? Writer? Writer, did you make an oopsie? That was pretty bad. It was pretty, blatantly supportive of very toxic bad behaviors such as doxing, obsessing over people online, and obviously the writer has to justify it by making it so that they are correct in their assertion this group of people wants to start violence with a protest group. But they have no real reason, or at least any real reason that we're shown, to believe that this is the case. And if they did have a real reason, if they did have evidence, they could have just brought it to police. Now, I think they were told to try to end the comic in a much more moderate way. Maybe that is why the friend character comes around to their side, to the good side, right? I would have appreciated that a lot more if they at least had Brenda learn her lesson by the end of the comic, because she consistently, throughout most of the comic, was just acting like an entitled brat, controlling her friends, and of course not considering the main character, Jamie's feelings in all of this, just using him to push her own agenda forward. None of this is good behavior, and the comic just keeps on telling you as the audience, no, Brenda's right, over and over again. You can say that as many times as you like, that doesn't make it true. I will say, I'll give it this much of a compliment. I think it's a good thing that they tried to redeem the friend character, and I think that the pacing was fine. I don't feel like I spent a large amount of time reading it. Of course, I am going to be editing this video quite a bit because it has actually been like 2 hours that I've been reading this comic. So before I head out, let me just once again remind everybody that the Reaper series, this Kickstarter, is ending very soon. This might be your last chance to get it because it's ending this week. I'm really excited to keep on writing this series as well as continuing to improve my art. And if you would like to tune in to hear more videos from me, make sure that you're subscribed down below and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this particular DCYA read-through. Is this the worst that we've seen from DCYA? Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Program restart.